Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Tonight we are back with our Mauler team. Hopefully we can build Khasos. He is going to be the 6th Mauler that we're getting up. We would still like to work on Skriath, and we would still like to work on Tidus just to see how well they do. Here we have Sophia and Scrag. Scrag's signature item is going to stay at 20. Looking at Verk, we should be able to get his signature item to 20 as well as some of his gear up. Nemitsu, we're still waiting on to see how Khasos does. And then Warwick, we have him at plus 20 already. Not sure who I'm going to take over plus 20 for the signature items. I know Khasos does really well at a plus 20 signature item as well. But getting a hero up to plus 30, I think it's going to be Verk at this point, is who we're going to really focus on. So our first Elite Stone is Rigby. Still have never built him on any account. My main account, I have quite a few copies of him. 3 Maulers there, which gives us a little bit of food for the account. We'll go ahead and we'll check out our wish list and see who we're going to get up here, but let's go ahead and use the temple real quick. We'll get Rigby to Elite Plus. Probably going to use him as food at this point. I have been using the faction accounts, the off factions, I guess, like the Light Bearers, to build a couple different heroes just so I can test them out in the tower. Been pretty successful with Tidus in the Mauler tower if you haven't used them. Same with Gwyneth in the Light Bearer tower. Kalthar in the Graveborn tower. But here we have Sophia, Khasos, Verk, Tidus, and Skriath. The reason I kept that set up in the wish list is because of the heroes that I can buy from the shop. So eventually we'll get copies of them. Trying to get a couple copies of the more rare heroes that I cannot buy from the shop from the wish list. So let's go ahead and get into our regular summons here. We just did our companion one and we got an elite right off the bat. Very nice. It is Orthos. Very cool hero. Never had a chance to build him yet. Haven't had enough copies, but I hear he is very powerful in campaign and PvP. Here we get a copy of Gorvo. Again, a very solid Wilder hero. With my Wilder account, I actually got rid of him before they did the rework. Wish I didn't. I hear he is very good with the rework. Here we get a copy of Kalthar. Very nice. That might be enough to get him to Ascended. I might need one more. Like I said, with the faction accounts, all of the off factions, I've just been building heroes that I haven't seen, like Kalthar, to test them out, to see how they do, in the tower or even at higher levels. That way I can see kind of the viability of using them and how they're being used. We have another elite here. Hopefully it's a Mauler. Kalthar again. We have double copies of him. So now I should definitely be able to get him to Ascended, which would be very cool to see. Never used him on Ascended. Never seen him at Ascended. I did unlock his signature item. Since we've been getting a lot more emblems from all of our summons, we have unlocked signature items. And a double pull there. Finally got some elites. And it is Khasos and Rowan. Wow, Rowan super support for the Light Bearer. Khasos, awesome Mauler hero we're trying to build at this point. Ton of emblems there. We have a card on the table. We do have to go ahead and ascend some heroes. Look at that. Orthos, Kalthar, and Gorvo go up to Elite Plus. A couple other food there. Looks like Sylvana will have an elite copy as well to get her up a little bit higher. And Maulers, let's see who we pull. Lucky pull. Come on, Khasos. Oh, it is. Very nice. Another copy of him. That's double copies of him. He's a hero that I can buy from the store, and I have been buying from the store. We do get an Elite Stone there, so hopefully we pull a Mauler. Come on, we need 1 or 2 more copies of Khasos, which a copy of Warwick. Very nice. We are going to have the opportunity to get another hero to plus 40, or to level 240 at this point, which I believe I'm going to go with Scrag at this point. I want Scrag. I want a tank up to 240, and there we get an Elite Plus of Khasos. Quite a bit of fodder here, so we'll be able to get Khasos up to Mythic, which is good because we have more than enough emblems to go ahead and get him up to his plus 10 signature item. Then we have to make the tough decision of if we're going to build him or if we're going to build Nemitsu, which I'm thinking at this point it is going to be Khasos. It looks like we still are 2 copies shy of, and a little bit of food, of getting him up to Ascended as well, just like Nemitsu. Skriath, we're still waiting. We need a lot more copies of him, 3 more Elite Plus copies of him. Brutus, I've just been kind of holding off on because I know he is pretty situational, but he does well in the tower. Rest of the heroes we're essentially just waiting on. So whether it be Tidus, whether it be building more Khasos, finishing off Brutus or Skriath, just really holding out on those heroes at this point. So here we are, Khasos' signature item unlocked, which adds a lot of accuracy for his throwing axe ability. Does a lot more damage, especially when he catches the axes. It gives him the ability to throw the axes again. His throwing axe ability does a ton of damage, so if you can continuously spam his throwing axes, which increases when he goes up, the plus 10, the plus 20, and then I believe the plus 30 the same, does a ton of damage. Not only that, is him coming into the Mauler team, he brings the life leech ability. He brings a life leech ability to the team, and he brings a bonus life leech ability to Maulers specifically on the team. So we're going to stop him at the plus 10 signature item. Unfortunately, we can only use him at Mythic right now, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to strengthen Verk's item since he is our only agility hero at this time. So there's his T1 spear. Very, very nice. Cool to see. A lot more attack, a lot more defense. We'll go ahead and get the Shadow Stinger up to a plus 20, which will almost use all of our emblems. Still got a couple, but there is the plus 20. So adding 80% damage to his bolts. Very, very powerful. And his plus 30 is actually super strong from what I've heard from everyone, that he does a absolute truckload of damage at his plus 30 signature item. So looking at the team we have here, Skriath, Sophia. So we have Skriath and Warwick as our tanks. Not sure if I should get him up. Well, he does more damage every 8 seconds, up to 180%. Plus it does his little iron jaw. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get him up. Like I said, I wanted to get a tank higher because I want to put Sophia right behind Skriath. That way Skriath can live. Look at the health and the defense boost he gets from going to 240. So 2 heroes already at 240 at this point. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at strengthening our gear. Looks like we have some couple stones and we have a couple of our, we have one of our faction resets. So we'll go ahead and I think I'm going to go with Skriath, stick with Skriath on this turn. I'm going to go ahead and work on the boots. Hopefully we can reset the faction and pull Maulers. Haven't been too lucky with them lately. Wilder got lucky and went back to Wilder again. I think I'm going to keep them with the Hypogens just because the Wilders don't have that many plate wearers. I know we have Cirrus and we have Almas, but adding a T1 stone to there to give him 52,000 more hit points, so absolutely awesome. Then I believe that might be the only one we have. Warwick's got pretty good gear, but with Khasos, I'm going to have to build a third set of tanking gear at this point. And we did get Kelthar, as you've seen there, to Ascended, so he is fully Ascended. Look at the Elder Tree really quick. I haven't put any points into support because the only one in the support class is Nemitsu. I know it's a powerful, powerful tree, but focused on the caster for Sophia, focused on the tank for Skriath, the warrior, because I have Khasos in there, and I have Warwick, and then I have Verk in the ranger tree. So I could put a little bit into the support tree, but maybe phasing that out just because Nemitsu is the only Mauler that's there. But let's go ahead and push the campaign. So we're on 22-30. This is where we got stuck because of Sylvana. Sylvana actually hops right over on Nemitsu every single time. Usually she kills Nemitsu right off the bat, which even there, about 70% of his health, and he dies off the bat again. So went down pretty quick there, and so did Warwick, but I think we're going to be able to get this down because of our level 240 Skriath, which we do get it down. Let's go ahead and look at the damage on that one, see how well we did. 5 million from Sophia, 1.5 from Skriath. Wow, did a ton of damage. 22-32 here. Again, full Graveborn, 5 Graveborn teams. Sophia goes right over to Nemitsu again. And almost, it looks like she got on a totem. He might live. Got an ult going out. Sophia went down. Oh, Veden actually took him down, but that's okay. We got this one. So I'm thinking the Maulers are going to make some progression. 22-32, 2.8 million, 2.6 from Verk. And that's where people have said that Verk does some absolute crazy damage. 22-36, another boss stage, another Sylvana. As you progress in the boss stages, Sylvana, they have in a lot of the stages, which is very, very hard to deal with. When you get further into the game, they start adding Athalia instead of Sylvana. Still a lot of stages with Sylvana, but Athalia gets added to a lot of the stages as well, which is very, very hard to deal with. 3.3 million there from Verk. Absolutely dominating with Sophia's static field. When she puts up her aura in the beginning of the battle, and there it goes up. More damage from Verk, more damage from Nemisu, more damage from herself. And with her plus 30 signature item, when she maxes out her damage, all of her regular attacks become scatterbolts. So 4.13 million there. Didn't even get her ult off and still did over 4 million damage. As you can see here, this boss stage, Athalia comes in, so we'll swap Verk to the top or the middle, trying to counter with a dodge. If you've noticed with the stages lately, anytime I have Athalia, I counter with Pharrell on the Graveborns, I counter with Falks on the Lightbearers, counter with Verk on the Mauler team, and then usually with Lyko or Iran when it comes to the Wilder team, because you have to counter her now. 2.8 million damage from Verk. So Verk, even only having a plus 20 signature item, plus 30 adds 2 more bolts. So instead of 3 bolts, he goes to 5 bolts, which would, again, just be absolutely dominating. And he throws that little poison vial, as you've seen right there. It's like a little AoE poison bomb. Does a ton of damage. There the vial goes again. And of course, Sophia's nuke, if it goes off full charge, pretty much kills anything still at this point. 22, 48, done. 2.2 million, 1.2 million from Skriath there. 22-52, pretty easy stage except Thane. Thane can be very, very tough to deal with. Most of the time when I use him in the campaign, he seems to ult so fast, as you can see there, and then his finishing move, every time I've used him in the campaign, not very, very lucky. Every time I fight him, very, very hard to deal with. So he's an interesting hero for the Lightbearer team. 22-56, again dealing with some. Going to get some roots here from Arden, which Nemisu is rooted in the bottom. We got a shield on Lucius. But look at Skriath just running people over. That's why I love getting him up higher and getting his signature item up. Is look at him just run all the way around, especially with his little bonus damage from Sophia running around there. 2.3, 3 million, 1.54. Wow. 22-60, so the very last stage of chapter 22. So we are going to hit 23 again, Verk to counter Athalia in the back. We are going to get some Arden roots, which we're going to try to deal with. Looks like Totem got the buff in the middle, and Athalia took it out, but she is still poisoned. And we got her down. Very nice. Scatterbolt from Sophia took it down. So that will conclude chapter 22 for the Maulers. 5.5 million, 1.2 from Skriath. Very, very powerful. Sophia at 3 stars is still just absolutely dominating the campaign with the amount of damage she does. Similar to what Belinda does on the Lightbearer team. Similar to Iran on the Wilders. Graveborn Isabella does a ton of damage, but she has a ton of additional heroes that do a lot of damage on the team. So 23-4, we're going through the boss stages at this point and going through them very, very quick. Again, Sylvana over to Nemisu. So first hit, second little hit, she does her own little shield there. Isabella finished him off there. And it is going to be close. We'll see if Sophia can pull it off. Oh, she does. Look at that. Clutch damage on the boss stage. 3 million, 2.3 from Verk and 1.5 from Skriath. Amazing to see Skriath. Not only does he have CC and he's immune to CC, damage mitigation, he does a ton of damage at 240. And same, I couldn't imagine Verk at 240 with a plus 30 signature item. He would probably do a lot more damage than what Sophia is doing now, just because a lot of battles he is doing the same, if not more damage. He's 20 levels under and 10 signature item levels under, so it's kind of crazy. 3.8 million, a million each. Warwick still not doing the damage, but Warwick isn't dying as fast, and that's one of the big things we like to see from a tank, is a little bit more of the survivability there. But here, look at the arc that Cirrus has. Absolutely huge with his AoE attacks. And that is our defeat for the team. Hopefully 23-10. This is going to be a very, very tough stage because we have some CC in the back. The throwing axe is absolutely just destroying Warwick there. Let's see if Sophia can pull it off again. Oh, she went down. All right, so that is our second defeat. We're still sticking with the 3 defeats, especially because we have pushed a ton on the Mauler team, all the way to 23-10. That is a lot of boss stages. That is a lot of campaign progression. We're just going to have to get a little bit stronger to get Cirrus down. He is doing so much damage. So that will conclude it for the Mauler team. Let's go ahead and collect up our loot here. We have the chapter reward, so 20 faction scrolls to use for next time. Very nice. And it looks like with all of the stages we completed, 2256, we got chapter 22 there, 2260, 3, 4, and 8. Another 3,200 gems there and 20 faction scrolls. Let me know in the comments what you think. We are building Khasos at this point. He is going to be the focus, followed by Skriath. So let me know in the comments what you think, and thank you for watching.